this is Anand from GeekStick. This is to show RESTful Web Service using Python virtual environment in Jenkins.
What is framework? Already skeleton will be in place. On top of it, just we are going to patch up that skeleton. Or in other words, we can say foundation is in place. On top of it, we are going to build using the material provided to us. After that, it's up to us whether we are going to end up in a single bedroom or two bedroom. But the foundation will be very solid. The skeleton will be very concrete. That is very important. For creating a Python code, we are going to implement it in the virtual environment. So in Python, it's very, very important to know what is virtual environment. Virtual environment is a segregated or secluded workplace. In that workplace, we can have all our dependencies. The different libraries can be in place. So without virtual environment also, we can implement Python code, and we can keep on using the pip install. We can include all the required dependencies. But it is an open source software. It's developed by the Python community, and quite frequently they will keep upgrading their features in the every library release. In the next release, what will happen? Some of the functionalities that we used in our program might be completely deprecated. So when I'm trying to install it in another environment, when I'm doing the same pip install, what will happen? The latest code will be downloaded. So my program won't work. That is the reason completely we'll keep virtual environment, that it will be kept in silos. So the other developer, he also will use that same different virtual environment. But for him, the same, for example, Flask framework, the Flask code, he will upgrade the latest version. For him, it works perfectly. And so it will be completely kept in silos. That's the beauty of it. It is something, equivalent to a containerization. Same concept of containerization only. Now, let us see how we are going to implement Python in the virtual environment in Jenkins. So from the Jenkins, we can start our web service. Immediately, we can use the web service in our web pages. Now, let us go to our exercise. Here already we created this folder called PyCode. Now, what we are going to do now, already I created this virtual environment. So I am going to remove this whole folder. Now the Python code is in place. So for including that Flask framework, I added this line. Then this is the web service, it will point to this. And what are the framework that I need to include? Flask, render template for HTML, and submitting a request, we need to have this request also. That also needs to be imported. Then after the request, where that needs to come, those results, it has to automatically be pointing to the result. And the method is post and get. So what we are trying to do here, it's a typical, regular programming, like an HTML or JavaScript or Python, it's one and same. I'm grabbing the result from the HTML, the data from the HTML, then I'm doing some computation to add the total. It's very simple. Name, two subjects, and I will get the total. Actually, the functionality wise, it's very simple, but how we are, using the framework, that is mandatory here. Input is going to be in student.html, and the result is going to be result.html. And from here, I am hosting this web service. I'm going to do it on localhost, and port is 5002. As I'm using 5002 in my Vagrant, I need to set this forward port. Like initially for Jenkins, how we set this triple 8, or 4 8s, open to the outward traffic and inward traffic. Likewise, we need to keep this traffic also need to be open. Port already I've been explained in the previous, the videos. It's just an extension to that central telephone system. How that inward call dialing works. When someone is, every time you not call the operator, right? Automatically, if you dial that extension, it go to the particular person. So port is nothing but just an extension. Here I kept this port open for the traffic. Now let's go back to our code. Okay, this is all about that Python. Now Flash, render template and request. Now let's see how we are going to use this. Then when I set templates, where can I keep that HTML? That is the beauty of this framework. In template, I need to keep this HTMLs in place. Cat.html. Here I am giving name, English, history honors, English AP and history honors. The input on submit, it will leads to the result page. The result will be coming like this. Here I am using from Python, how we are going to calculate, here we need to use this, it's a Flask related if condition, else condition. In the Flask framework, we need to give this in a percentage. You can use the same regular for loop, if condition, else condition, everything we can use it. When someone requests, I will give you this code so you can implement in your local machine. From there, you can do some more customization, or you can enhance it and you can use it for yourself. So the record HTMLs are in the template folder. So in case of framework, this is what all they tell. Okay, here you need to keep Python code in this place, the main folder. Then where can I keep the HTML? That needs to be in the template. Automatically, if you say the student Python, here when I say result.html, automatically it will go and look in this templates folder. Then for creating that virtual environment, what do I need to do? Every time, we need not do it manually. So I prepared everything as a shell script here. Using this virtual environment, I'm creating a virtual environment called student. So for example, here I'm telling virtual env student. What will happen? Let's see. Yes, now it got created. Now, how may I get into the virtual environment? I created, but still I didn't get into this. So what do I need to do? I need to do source that activation. I need to activate it. So this is the command source student, because so far here we haven't seen that folder called student, right? The moment I created some virtual environment, separate folder will be created called students. Now I need to activate that environment. How I'm going to activate? Source student bin and activate. Yes, you see here. This virtual environment is created. Now, I need to install my requirements. That is required libraries or dependencies. So what will happen? Every time when I am running the program, it will tell, okay, it is running short of framework. It is running short of the templates. So every time I need not go and do that. Once it's a one-time job. It's like whenever I'm hitting the problem, I will try to import it. Okay, I have done that. So next time when I'm trying to create that new environment, every time I cannot go and search here. Every time I cannot do it from the scratch. So after I create, I kept everything in this requirement. See here, I kept everything in this requirement.txt. I need a click. Version 7.1.2, Flask 1.1.2. And likewise, Ginjas, 2.11.2. No, it's dangerous, for exception and all those things I kept like this. Now, how I am going to install this requirement? So, all I need to do from here, this command, pip install - or the requirement.txt. Now, what are the dependencies are in place? How may I see this? Pip So when you are looking for the pip place, it will give what are the dependencies are listed. So I will copy those dependencies. Likewise, for the student ID, but for some reason here it's duplicated. Likewise only I got this. Then I listed all those requirements in this requirement.txt. So now how we are going to install it, that's what we are going to see. The folder called student is created. So we need to see what is inside the student. Lib Python, and if you look into that site packages, it's a very minimal here. From here, I'm going to install all these requirements. You see totally how many files are here? Around 14. Now I'll go back to my place where the requirement.txt is there. Here there is a requirement.txt. Now I'm going to install it. See, all the requirements have been keep being installed now. Now let's go back to that same location. Student lib Python site packages. I'll run the same command ls -lrt wc -l 27. See, previously it was only 14, now we got 27. So next time onwards, if I run this shell script, what will happen, even if the virtual environment is not there, it will create the virtual environment and it will install all the dependencies. Then the Python program will run. I'm going to run like this. It's written in bash script. So bash student form sh. You see, because already we installed all these requirements, right? Okay, now it's been installed. This is the name. For example, test 1 English AP got 4, and AP honors also got a full score. History honors and English AP both got full score. So the total is going to be 8 for test 1. Python web service using a virtual environment. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to kill this program. Python kill -9. Yes, no more code. Now let's see, will it work? No, because it is done now. We click on it, we can see the console output. So requirements are already satisfied. Now let's log into this because already it's up. Yeah, good. Yeah. Test 2. Yeah, here we are getting 6. So I'm going to remove all the record folder. Yes. Because all we need is this Python program, the template, and this requirement. These are things I need to install. Now I am going to rerun again. Now let's see the difference in the logs. Yeah, because server is not up yet. It's not up yet. What's happening? Let's see how it is going to install all the required dependencies. See, collecting, click, collecting. Previously we saw the requirements already satisfied, but now it is collecting. Yes, now it is hosted. Now what we are going to do? Yes. Test 3, English AP 3, and history honors 4. We got 7. Very good. Excellent. So I hope it helps you to create a virtual environment, and also on top of it how we can create the RESTful web services using Python, and how we are using Jenkins for it in installing the record dependencies and all those things. That is the main intent of this video. Thank you.